What's up, everybody? Welcome back to the FNG Academy. Buck here, former Green Beret, here to help you guys get selected. All right, guys, in this video, we're going to talk about a little military news. I'm going to drop that on you. Something just kind of happened over in Russia that I wanted to talk about. Thought it was pretty interesting. So I'm going to give you the 5 W's about someone getting shot over in Russia. Break that scene kind of down and see there's some pretty crazy facts tied to why this guy went into a recruitment office and pulled the trigger against a Russian recruiter. Pretty interesting stuff. So we're going to break that down for you in a second, but just so you guys know, we are doing a Crimson Trace giveaway. This is coming out on the 28th. We're going to be giving away this to somebody from the email list. So sign up for the email list. Don't miss your chance. If you don't get this one, then we're going to do some other awesome stuff. I'm going to be giving away a rucksack frame and all kinds of cool shit. We're going to try to give it away every month to help you guys out and give back. And we're also doing weekly newsletters. We brought on someone from the military to take past videos and write up really cool newsletters and send them out to you guys to help you stay motivated and remember the lessons learned from all the videos that we've done throughout. Maybe you've missed it. You can get that information and then click on the video and then it'll help. So we hope that helps you guys. Also, go check out the mentor program. We have 3 tiers. If you just want to support the channel and help us out so we can continue to bring you good content, sign up for tier 3, $25 a month, get exclusive content. But there's also tier 2 and tier 1. If you guys are interested in becoming Special Forces, you have any questions, you can get one-on-one mentorship or group mentorship running now. So go check out the mentor program at the FNGacademy.com. Don't miss out. I think you guys are going to love it. It's a great program. Also, this video is sponsored by 18 Alpha Fitness. So if you guys want to be in shape, go check out Kevin over at 18 Alpha Fitness. Use code word BUCK and he'll hook you up. We are traveling to Colorado here pretty soon. And we're going to go link up with a guy with a PhD. And we're going to bring you guys some actual doctor recommended stuff instead of just our bro science. That was the best way that Abel put it when we were talking about this trip. He's like, all we do is put out bro science. Like, we need to get some real data and really show these guys how to make improvements and not just push harder and harder because you know what? The David Goggins way, it worked for David Goggins and it's amazing and he crushed it with that and he still crushes it. But that's not the way for everybody to get ahead. So we're going to go link up with a doctor and somebody who studies that stuff and see what they have to say about, doing it the right way. All right. So in today's news topic that we're going to break down, it happened in Russia. So we'll cover the 5 W's. Who, what, when, where, why? Yeah, I'm pretty sure that's it. So first, the who. It's going to be 25-year-old Ruslan Zinin. Ruslan Zinin. I have no idea if I'm pronouncing that right. Probably not. Where did this happen? It happened in a... Irkutsk. So it happened in a city in Russia called Irkutsk. A gunman went in and fired on a senior recruitment officer who was there to enlist people for Russia's partial mobilization. So interesting thing about this partial mobilization is that Putin went out and said that he was going to do a partial mobilization and only enlist people with military experience, reservists, and people that are on standby for Russia's military. So similar to what we would do if we wanted to, reservists and we had an ongoing war, we would call on the reservists. That's, they're under contract despite the fact that they're at home, and then they just get activated. That was what he said he was going to do. However, there's been reports that one guy that got called up was 59 years old, had stage 1 cancer, and was blind in one eye. And he got called up for the partial mobilization, despite being immensely unqualified, given his age, given the fact that he's got cancer, and the fact that he's blind in one eye. This guy was called up for this quote-unquote partial mobilization that was only supposed to target reservists. So obviously this pissed a lot of people off that throughout the country, people were getting called up that had no military experience. They weren't reservists, and they weren't even qualified to be in the military given their age and some with their impairments. So this particular individual, Ruslan Zinin, got upset because his friend, who has no military experience, is not a reservist, was called to join the war against Ukraine. And to go, got called up for this partial mobilization, as Putin calls it. So he got upset, went to the recruitment office, and fired one round at the recruiter. The recruiter is still alive. He's in critical condition in the hospital. We would show the video, but it's kind of pointless, and it'll probably just get us demonetized for not really much. So the guy, I watched the video, and you could find it online. He walks up to the recruiter who's standing at a podium. He has the pistol. He doesn't aim it. He just he's point blank, and then just fires one shot and then takes off running outside the recruitment office with looked like about 10 other people running out the door with him. Again, the officer did survive, and he's in the hospital as we speak. He said that guy will be punished. And I can only imagine that he said it in a very aggressive, stern way that we all kind of envision Russians speaking. And probably that's not good. I can't imagine being wanted for murder in Russia, or attempted murder in Russia, and the gun charge that they're trying to put on him. Who knows what they're going to do? It seems like, obviously Putin just does whatever the fuck he wants. So thought that was pretty interesting that he has this partial mobilization, gets called up. He has this friend who has no military experience. He's not a reservist. And then all of a sudden he's getting called up. He gets upset and decides that that's how he's going to approach it. The Washington Post had a report on this, and apparently there's a line at the Russian-Georgian border that's about 12 and a half miles long for people, young military-age males trying to fight to get out of the country because they don't want to fight the war in Ukraine. They don't want to be part of Putin's attack on Ukraine, and they want nothing to do with it. So people are actively trying to flee the country in large numbers. There's tons of reports of people just being absolutely outraged by this whole, reservists only. And then across the country, there's been all kinds of people getting called up to fight and to mobilize that did not have any military experience, which just goes to show that anytime a country is pulling people without military experience is because they don't have enough people to pull that have military experience. So they just started pulling everybody that they think they could fight to meet the numbers that they want and to meet the numbers that they need. So if anything, this just shows the lack of Putin's power, in my opinion, the fact that he can't even fill his own reservists for even his so-called partial mobilization says a lot about their deficiencies and what they're really bringing to the table as far as their capabilities. It seems to me, I don't stay caught up on too much, but every time I look at what's going on with the war in Ukraine, it seems that, Putin is always trying to have a bigger show of force than he's actually capable of doing. I think this perfect demonstration of the fact that Ukraine is still protecting themselves. They're still defending themselves against Russia. And they're doing a pretty damn good job. So how can we help the Ukrainians? And how can we help this war in Ukraine? I believe that the answer is not to just go over all willy-nilly and just show up to help fight. I think the best thing we could do is continue to talk about it, do discussions like this to keep the forefront, keep Ukrainians in our thoughts and our prayers, and keep talking about what's going on in their country. I think the worst thing we could do for Ukraine is stop talking about it. That is by far the worst thing we could do. So this is my way of giving back. This is our way of kind of helping and contributing, is keeping the talk going, keeping the light on Ukraine as much as possible, and to keep highlighting what Russia is doing to them and how they need to stop. So that way we could try to reach some kind of resolution over there and get Russia out of Ukraine. So hope you guys like that. Let us know what you think about these video topics and jumping on the news and kind of giving you the gist of it. And I'll add my 2 cents in here and there, which I'm extremely uneducated human being, so take it for a grain of salt. But we hope that helps. Guys, let us know what you think down in the comments. Should we keep this news thing going just to get this out there, or scrap it and get back to talking about helping you guys get selected? Let us know. We'll talk to you guys on the next video.